Holly stopped by the door, and for a fleeting moment considered making a run for it there and then. The electronic whirring of a security camera brought her to her senses, its automated sensor detecting her movement. This was not the time. Remember the plan. Holly looked up at the lens, stuck her tongue out at it, and continued down the corridor to the principal's office. The escape would be tonight, but it wasn't going to be easy. William Scrivener School prided itself on being as inescapable as it was impenetrable. Every corridor was watched by state-of-the-art CCTV cameras, monitored around the clock by a private security service. The best time for an escape was at night, when there were 2 guards on duty rather than 3, and it was easier to hide from the cameras. The problem with a night escape was the external doors, which were opened using coded wristbands. All pupils were issued with non-removable green wristbands, but these were programmed only to open the doors during the day, unlike the teachers' red wristbands that worked 24/7. Even if you got past the cameras, avoided being seen by the teachers who patrolled the corridors, and somehow got through the door, you still had to make it across the school grounds without being picked up by security, or smelled by the guard dogs, and find a way over, under, or through the high wire fence that surrounded the school. Then you were free to begin the 10-mile walk through the large forest to the nearest village, the aptly named Little Hope. As the school of choice for the ridiculously rich and phenomenally famous, William Scrivener's security was the most intense Holly had ever encountered, but getting out of school was what Holly did best. She arrived at the principal's office and approached the desk, where a large woman with carrot-red hair and blue eyeliner was painting her nails purple. Without looking up, she pressed a half-painted nail on the intercom button. "Holly Bigsby is here for your daily meeting, Principal Palmer," she said, her voice rich with sarcasm. "Send her in, Angie," replied the principal. Holly entered the dark wood office. In the 27 days she had been at the school, this was her 28th visit to the principal's office, but it was the first time she had got herself sent there on purpose. "Good morning, Holly," said the principal, adjusting his tie in the reflection of one of the many shiny awards that stood on the mantelpiece. "Hello, sir," replied Holly, glancing at the desk where his red wristband lay. On her previous visits she had noticed that, unlike her wristband, the principal's was removable, and that he took it off on Fridays so that it didn't clash with his navy blue suit. "What is it today, then? Disruptive behavior or insolence?" he asked, a tanned hand neatening his hair. "Speaking out of turn, sir." "Ah," Principal Palmer nodded. "What happened?" "Miss Whittaker told us about When Petals Blossom being on the syllabus." "Yes, terrific news, isn't it? Our stock has gone up 3 points." Holly said nothing. "It's had a lot of press coverage." The principal grabbed a newspaper off a pile on his desk and read a review out. "Having already written her autobiography at the tender age of 11, now Pop's most famous offspring, Petal Moses, will be studying it at school." Holly edged nearer to the desk, keeping her eyes fixed on the principal. "After it was selected for the English curriculum." Holly reached out towards the wristband. "Described by one critic as a deeply insightful account of what it means to grow up in the full glare of the harsh media spotlight, the book will be studied by Year 7 students, including Petal herself." The principal chuckled at this and looked up. Holly quickly lowered her hand. He smiled and continued. "Petal Moses is one of our most talented students, and that's saying something," said Larry Palmer, principal of William Scrivener School. He beamed at Holly and placed the paper back on his desk. Holly needed that wristband. "Could you read me another one?" she asked. Principal Palmer raised an eyebrow in surprise. "Yes, of course," he said, picking up another paper. "Studying her own autobiography won't be an unfair advantage for precocious Petal Moses." Holly's hand inched towards the wristband once more. "Because most critics agree that spoiled pop brat Petal didn't actually write it." The principal slammed the paper down, and Holly whipped her hand away again. Yes, well, there's always some degree of negativity from the cynics, he said. Petal's your roommate, isn't she? Aren't you pleased for her?